The first touch of his lips against my neck made me whisper, "Don't stop." The words slipped out before I could think, lost in the heat between us. His arms braced against the leather seat of his old car. The windows fogged over until the world outside disappeared. Only the faint glow of a street lamp filtered through the mist, soft and trembling. We were parked off a quiet road just beyond Cedar Grove, where no one ever passed by this late. The engine was off and the silence pressed in. Just the sound of our uneven breaths, the rustle of fabric, the creak of the seat as I shifted beneath him. "You okay?" he murmured, voice rough but gentle. His face so close I could taste his breath. I didn't answer. I wasn't okay. But I didn't want to stop either. I wanted him. Desperately, foolishly. My name is Aaron Wallace. I'm 39, married to David for 15 years, with a son, Noah, who's away studying engineering. I sell houses around Cedar Grove, a small town where people still wave to each other at stoplights, and gossip travels faster than truth. My name means something here. Reliable, polite, professional. But I've faded into the background, seen but unseen. Until him. Caleb Hayes, 21. He was Noah's best friend all through high school, the quiet boy who used to sleep over on weekends, drink orange juice straight from the carton, and help repaint our deck during one endless summer. After college, he came back to town, working for his father's landscaping company. When I saw him again, broad-shouldered, tan from the sun, eyes deeper than I remembered, I felt something shift. He didn't look at me like a mother figure. He looked at me like a woman he wanted to understand. First it was small things. A glance that lingered a second too long when I handed him a drink. His fingers brushing mine when I passed him a rag. The way he'd ask, "How's your day been really?" Like the answer mattered. My responses started to soften, my voice lowering without meaning to. I hadn't realized how invisible I'd become until someone finally looked at me. David spoke to me like I was part of the furniture. Our house gleamed with his order. Everything in its place, surfaces spotless, artificial flowers that never died because they were never alive. He liked predictability, and I used to find comfort in that. Now it just felt like a room sealed off from air. Some nights I'd sit on the edge of the bed after a shower, towel loose around me, staring into the mirror, wondering when exactly I'd vanished. The reflection wasn't the worst part. It was the emptiness in her eyes. Then Caleb came back. His truck would pull up, the engine sputtering, and for the first time in years, the house didn't feel so silent. I'd step outside with iced tea, pretending I just happened to be there. We'd talk about simple things. His father's bad knees, Noah's new apartment, how much Cedar Grove had changed. He'd sit on the porch steps, skin glowing in the late sun, and I'd find reasons to linger. He listened like every word I said mattered. And that attention slowly began to fill the hollow space inside me. Our talks deepened. We discussed his mother's passing, my old dreams of teaching art before marriage, the kind of music that still made us both feel alive. David never asked about any of that. Caleb did. His eyes stayed on mine long enough for my pulse to trip. Started changing me. I'd fix my hair before stepping outside. Check my lipstick in the hallway mirror. When my phone buzzed, I'd hope it was him. Sometimes it was short messages, thoughtful, almost shy. Photo of a stormy sky. A lyric from a song. One evening while folding laundry, his text appeared. "Do you ever feel like people stopped seeing you?" I stared at it for minutes before replying. "All the time." After that, he stopped calling me Mrs. Wallace. Just Aaron. The sound of my own name felt startling. Alive again. The house changed too. The hum of the fridge, the tick of the old wall clock, the floorboards sighing beneath my feet. It all felt less suffocating. His attention had rewritten the silence. Then came the night that tipped everything. David was out of town for a conference. It had rained all afternoon, and by dusk, the storm had eased to a drizzle. Caleb texted about the gutters, an excuse so thin it was almost sweet. I told him I'd leave the spare key under the ceramic frog by the back door. He arrived soaked through, rain dripping from his hair, shirt clinging to his chest. The garage smelled of damp wood and gasoline. You didn't have to come, I said, handing him a towel. He didn't take it. Just stood there, staring at me like he couldn't remember why he'd come. You're drenched, I murmured. His voice was low. So are you. I wasn't, not yet. But I would be. He stepped closer. Tell me if this is wrong, he whispered. It is, I said. But I don't care. The rest dissolved into heat and breath. His lips found mine, hesitant at first, then desperate. My hands tangled in his soaked shirt, pulling him closer until my back hit the workbench. His fingers trembled as they traced my skin. Every breath between us felt too loud. When he pushed against me, slow, careful, I gasped. Not from pain, but from the shock of feeling alive again. We moved like we were afraid to wake the world. When it was over, he stayed, his head resting against my shoulder. The garage light flickered once, then steadied. Before he left, he said softly, I won't pretend this didn't happen. I couldn't speak. Later, lying in bed, I listened to the hum of the refrigerator, the drip of the faucet, all louder now. I thought of his breath, the taste of rain on his skin, how easily I'd crossed a line I once thought unbreakable. David came home the next day and didn't notice a thing. But something in me had shifted so deeply it was almost visible if anyone cared to look. Caleb kept reaching out. You seemed quiet today. Just tired, I'd text back. But he knew better. We'd pass each other on the street sometimes. His eyes would flicker toward me, cautious. I'd feel my heartbeat in my throat. I started wearing perfume again, glossing my lips before errands, as if the smallest chance of seeing him justified it. One night, over dinner, David mentioned casually, Caleb's been different lately. Distracted. My fork froze halfway to my mouth. David didn't notice. He never did. But something fragile inside me cracked. After that, I stayed out of the garage. Couldn't stand to see the bench, the towel still hanging from the hook. Caleb stopped coming by, but he left a wrench on the shelf, maybe by accident, maybe not. I saw him a week later in the grocery store. He was reaching for a carton of milk, earbuds in, expression unreadable. Froze. He didn't see me, or maybe he did and chose not to. I let him walk past. Days blurred. The house grew silent again, but not the same silence. This one hummed with ghosts. Then one evening, I found him in the guest room. I hadn't even heard him come in. He was staring at an old photo. Me years younger, laughing, unaware of the camera. He turned toward me. Is that really what you want?